I will now be showing how to use the Game Boy emulator or Visual Boy Advance GX. Now this emulator, like I said, runs very similar to the previous two emulators, but the difference being that since there's three different game variants, the Game Boy, Game Boy Color, and Game Boy Advance, sometimes you will need to change out to choose a different game that's on a different console. To do so, you have to scroll all the way up from the list and go to this part where it says up one page. You click that once, and it takes you to these three folders. These three folders will have their respective games. All you need to do is press the A button to access them. Now, the settings are pretty much the same. You do have the option of changing how the Game Boy games will run, but you don't really have to worry about that as everything's already automatically selected for you. There are some games in here that might not work, but they all should work perfectly fine, especially games such as the Super Mario Advance series is what I believe it is. Let me see here. Here we go. Super Mario Advance 4, Super Mario Bros. 3. Game Boy Player is just a way for it to read, such as the GameCube's what do you call it? Game Boy Player, but don't worry about that. It's just there so that way it gives the best possible quality of it. You press the home, like I said, you press the home button to access the menu. Save states, load save states, delete save states. You have the game settings and the reset button to reset the game. Now for game settings, it's much more, minimal. As it says, you have the button mapping, which you can obviously choose what you want. Since the majority of the controls is just the D-pad and the 1 and 2 button, the only thing that you need to worry about is the L button being the B button and the R button being the A button, and that's pretty much it. Otherwise, you're pretty much good to go with any controller that you have connected. Metric controllers you don't have to worry about that. The video mode, you have a bunch of options. You always pick unfilter and maintain aspect ratio, so that way it looks, as how it's intended. And if you would like to exit out, you just press the main menu and quit. And if you want to play a different game or on a different console, you just go back up one level. And you select one of these two, like the Game Boy Color. So I'll choose something like Link's Awakening. Let's go here. Or The Legend of Zelda, I think is what starts. Oh no, where is it? Here it is. Link's Awakening DX. Just press start, everything works as normal. Now with the settings, it's still the same thing, so you don't have to worry about it. There's no L and R buttons, so you don't have to worry about pressing B or A for accidental input, so don't worry about that. And that's pretty much it. Everything works as normal. Now let's say for example that you do accidentally go up too many times. Let's say you go all the way back here. You're like, oh no, where's the games, right? There's a simple solution to that. All you need to do is scroll down till where it says, where is it? I think it was, here it is, VBA GX, the same name as the emulator. You gotta do is tap it. You go to ROMs, and you're back to where you can select the console to play games. And that is pretty much it.